hope for, and more in another person. Praise from a parent, love from another person, a well done from the world. But here's the problem. You can never find it outside of you. It can only be found within you. All the happiness and joy you could ever hope for and more, it is within you now.
The truth is, we don't need all those other things to complete our life. We don't need anything outside ourselves to be happy right now. Think back to a time in your life you didn't have those things you seek, but were still happy. Perhaps when you were a child, perhaps not too long ago. The reason why you were happy without those things is down to what you chose to focus on. Your focus wasn't on what was not there. It was on what was there, and happiness is always there if you choose to focus on finding it. We tend to always look for happiness outside ourselves, but we all know that it doesn't come from there. Whatever we perceive as reality becomes our reality. If you listen to the world and the opinions of others, you may well come to believe that happiness is only gained once you make money or get that nice car, that great house. Why do we want those things anyway? Why do we want the car, the house, the money, that perfect person? All of it without exception we want because we believe getting it will make us better. We believe it will make us feel better, make us feel happier.
Don't get dragged into the expectations of society. You don't need this and that to be happy and complete. What you need is always within you. It never goes away.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. What you need is already within you and never goes away. So no need to keep looking externally. The answer is going to be internally. So let's go. Fired up. Another blessed and grateful day. Ready to go ahead and bring the value, bring the heat for you guys. We've had a phenomenal week so far. A lot of greatness has been transpiring. So it is not a coincidence how we have miracles and blessings flowing to us and through us. So let's go ahead and drop our gratitude down for the day. What is everybody grateful for coming into the Tuesday? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful to be healthy, grateful for all the miracles, grateful for all of the lessons, grateful for the dream team, grateful for all of the things that we have honestly in the background that we're about to roll out to all of you coming here in the next couple weeks, next couple months, because we've got so many exciting announcements coming up soon. So I'm grateful for that. So let's go ahead and dive into the magic. We are absolutely flowing through this book, and I can tell you there is so many breakthroughs, so many breakthroughs. I've been getting a lot of messages on social media from people reaching back out to say, D, I actually dove in, I bought the book, I started reading it, and this 28-day challenge has completely changed my outlook on the way I start my days and the way I actually think about the things that happen throughout my day. So I know for a fact that this book is absolutely creating some magical breakthroughs. So here we go. This is going to be today. All right, let me go ahead and pull it up so everybody can go ahead and get this down. Here we go. All right. Today's topic was, I don't know if you guys paid attention, but the other day I was talking about Jim Carrey, right? How Jim Carrey, before he actually made the movie Dumb and Dumber, he actually wrote himself a check for $10 million when he had never made anything close to that, and comes out to find years later, he actually was able to go ahead and really turn that check into reality, right? He physically actually made over $10 million from the movie Dumb and Dumber, and it started from him being able to write a magical gratitude check that at one point in time, he couldn't touch it, he couldn't see the real check physically, but he created it in his mind, and eventually he held that feeling, and it came to pass. So this is what today's gratitude message was all about, and it was funny reading this. It really made me literally have an aha moment. I was like, wow, Jim Carrey got that message from this book, from the magic. So it's funny when you start looking at the greats, you'll start to see some of the greatest, books that were ever written were handed to a lot of these great individuals, and they took it and ran with it. So success leaves clues. So today we are going to be going over the power of writing your own gratitude check for yourself and why it's important to go ahead and even start doing it today. So here we go. The magic check. Here's the quote. In the magical universe, There are no coincidences and there are no accidents. Nothing happens unless someone will it to happen, right? So this is why you see a lot of the time when you see individuals doing all these magnificent things, the truth is they probably built that in their mind first, right? It didn't just happen. They had to will it and build it before it came into reality. So powerful message. Let's go ahead and dive into it. When you direct gratitude's magical power toward any negative condition, a new condition is created, eliminating the old condition. That means when you get yourself to the place where you feel grateful for money more than you feel a lack of money, a new condition is created, eliminating the lack of money and magically replacing it with more money. All bad feelings about money push money away from you and reduce the amount of money that you actually have in your life. And every time that you feel bad about money, you reduce it a little bit more, right? We've all been there. We've all complained that we have no money in our bank account and it just seems like one thing happens after the next and we're still broke. You have to be able to learn how to see it different even when it's not there, right? Act like you have $1 million and you have a couple of cents in your bank account and eventually it's going to catch up. So let's keep going. It says, the law of attraction works like this. If you feel disappointed that you don't have enough money, you will receive more disappointing circumstances of not having enough money, right? Exactly what we just said. However difficult it may be, you have to ignore your current situation and lack of money you may currently be experiencing, and gratitude is the guaranteed way for you to do that. You can't be grateful for money and disappointed about money at the same time. Interesting, right? We definitely all can relate. Money can come to you through receiving, and this is all the different ways that it talks about how money can come to you through abundance. You ready? Money can come to you through receiving an unexpected check, an increase in salary, a lottery win, a tax refund, or an anticipated gift of money from somebody. Your money can also increase when somebody else spontaneously picks up the tab for coffee, lunch, or dinner, when you're about to purchase an item that you discover has been discounted. All of these different ways are ways that the universe, God, whatever you call it, can be working out for you. So here was today's magical practice. Okay, this was dope. For the money that you want to receive, I want you to go ahead and write a check, right? If you want to go ahead and make that smaller check of your first magic check, and after you receive smaller amounts, you can keep increasing the amounts on the check that you wish to desire, right? So Jim Carrey started out with a crazy amount, $10 million, but you guys can go ahead and start today with something smaller so you can start seeing how powerful the magic is. So this is great. I actually went out and I wrote my check in my book this morning, but I'm going to go out and actually get a real check today so we can actually go ahead and make it official. But this is something that's so easy that all of us can do even in a matter of 10 minutes, but this is something that can last a lifetime. So I love tactical things that we can implement, especially inside of these trainings where I know it's going to create a shift in the way that we think and the way that we actually go out and take action. So of course, you've got your 10 blessings that we go through. I'm truly grateful for. I'm so blessed and grateful. I'm so happy that, and then you go ahead and write, what is it you're grateful for? Because. So this is just part of the ritual every day, and you're going to see it starts to flow, right? You start thinking about all of these things that you're grateful and blessed for. So now when you go out in the day and you get a problem, you have all of these blessings versus our little problem. So now you start to see why gratitude is so important to be able to go ahead and get past. So let's dive into today, right? I got a great topic for today, and it kind of piggybacks off of exactly what we were talking about yesterday, right? You remember the barking dog? This is big because I love it because it makes us really think about what kind of dog, what is our ego, right? Is it a Rottweiler? Is it a Pit Bull? Is it a Chihuahua? Because everybody's different and we all respond differently to different things in life. So you can start to put it in perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit deeper detail getting into that today so you can start to go ahead and see it for yourself, okay? We're talking about intuition. We're talking about ego. We're talking about distractions. We're talking about self-doubt. So let's go ahead and get into the first thing for today, okay? Distractions, right? When we think about distractions, this was something interesting that we're talking about this morning, right? The funny thing is, most of us we're running away from distractions, but at the same time, we're getting filled by them, right? And I believe the biggest reason for that is a lot of us haven't really sat down and started to identify our questions, identify our self-talk, right? Because when you start to really figure out what's going on internally, it's going to make sense what's going on externally, right? If you look at the self-talk that a lot of us are saying, most of it is negative. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this happen. I don't know. what if, what if, what if, okay? Well, here's the difference, okay? And it's honestly such a little shift that I truly believe can really go ahead and change the game for you in every aspect of your life. Because here's the truth. We're giving our power away by the words that we're using and the words that we're speaking. If we're speaking in lack, if we're speaking in what if, and we're creating all of these negative scenarios, here's the truth, okay? We talked about this about last week. There's a phenomenon called nexting, right? And this is something that all of us do in every aspect of our life, but the difference is you have to be able to understand it can work out positively and it can work out negatively. So drop some twos down below if you guys have ever, we're obviously over here in Florida, so we get hurricanes a lot. How many of you have ever seen, on the Weather Channel when they draw up the virtual pathology for a hurricane, when they show all of the different paths, the potential paths that could actually happen when this starts coming on land and throughout the ocean, right? We've all seen this. So this is exactly what the visual looks like for nexting. Okay, we're pre-playing scenarios that could possibly happen in our life, but the issue is we're pre-playing negative scenarios. What if it doesn't work out for me? What if my family doesn't believe in me? What if I put this out and everybody makes fun of me? You see, we're nexting, but we're doing it the wrong way because we're starting with what if. The little shift that I'm going to give you today is very simple. Instead of saying what if, I want you to start thinking about I wonder. I wonder what happens, and now we're getting into QLQs, right? Quantum linguistic questions. And what these questions are doing, this is literally rewiring you at a neuro level, right? Because a lot of the times we're so used to asking ourselves and thinking it in a negative form and visualizing in a negative light. Now I'm going to show you how to start visualizing in a positive light, right? So you can start being optimistic instead of pessimistic. So when you start nexting these scenarios in your life, I want you to look at them in a positive light. And this is where the difference happens. So when you start going on your new business venture, when you start trading, when you start doing something out of the normal, what happens when you start using the words, I wonder? I wonder what happens when I start learning the skill set of trading to where at the point where anywhere that I travel that has Wi-Fi, I can have my money work for me. I wonder what happens when when my aura is so strong, when I walk out in public, I'm attracting leaders into my business. I wonder what happens when I start to develop a morning routine where I get disciplined in every area of my life, where I can go ahead and I can attend sessions. It's not difficult for me to call my mentor. I'm used to going out and doing things organized. Okay. So here's the truth. A recession is on the way. And I believe that this is a point and period in time. If you can get really intentional with your thoughts, with our habits, with our routine, this is when we can maximize and truly be able to look back at this point and period in time and thank ourselves for what it is that we did. Because here's what I know. Okay. This is the time where there's going to be three types of people coming inside and out of this recession, right? There's going to be billionaires, there's going to be millionaires, and there's going to be people that stayed the same. If not, they got worse. So the goal here is we have all the information, we have the access, we have all of these different educators, or we're ahead of the curve where so many people are living in fear. So many people have no idea what's about to happen. We have a blueprint. We understand what's going on with crypto in the markets. We understand what's about to happen with the jobs and layoffs coming into phase 2. We understand what happens in phase 3 with the housing market, right? We're so ahead of the curve, it's not even funny. And this is why they say 60% of Fortune 500 companies were actually created inside of a recession, because they understand how to take advantage of the opportunity inside of the disaster. So today, here's what I want you to start thinking about. What is the old story that you've been telling yourself day in on day out on why you can't go out and achieve success? You see, success is so interesting because some of us, we're actually afraid of success. Believe it or not, we're afraid even if we were to get that amount, we wouldn't know how to handle the money. We wouldn't know how to handle that responsibility. So sometimes it all comes down to the self-talk, the way that we're thinking, and how it is we end up acting on our thoughts. So two things to think about. What if limits, I wonder, is expansion. So throughout the whole rest of this week, I want you to start asking yourself, I wonder. I wonder what happens when I develop my morning routine. I wonder what happens when I truly get organized and I actually go at all of the tasks on my to-do list that I have on my priority list. So this is big. Our joy brings others misery. So when you start developing into the best version of yourself, guess what's going to happen naturally? This is laws of the universe. Okay, you're gonna attract individuals that love you, that want to work with you, but at the same time, you're going to attract hate because you are a version of them that they wish that they could be as well. So understand, this is all a part of the process. If you know what's coming around the curve, you're going to be able to handle it a lot easier. You no longer have to be an actor in the movie. You're your main character. So now it's time to get very intentional. What do you want for the summer? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to actually become? And where do you actually want to take yourself, your family, and those around you in the next coming 6 months, 2, 5, 10 years? Because here's the truth, right? Going out to Miami this past weekend, getting around some of the mentors that we've been with, honestly, since day one, and being able to see them come from sleeping on their parents' couches, to having no money, to having, cents jiggling in their bank account, to being able to hit, these X amount of numbers, to be able to become educators and give back to charities and truly live an abundant lifestyle. It really goes to show that there's 3 types of people, right? There's people that take action. There's people that wonder what happened. And there's going to be the 3rd types of people that just end up sitting and saying the exact same. So this is the summer. Be very intentional, because here's what I know. Your success is waiting for you. Our mentor says it all the time. You are pissing the universe off by not going after the version that you were meant to step into. So that's my training for you guys today, family. I have nothing but love for you. I'm excited for your success, and believe it, it starts from within. You don't have to go ahead and keep looking for all the nuggets externally. The real change this summer is going to happen internally. When you start to get the feeling, when you really get passionate and you get sick and tired. I got sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I got sick and tired of just going ahead and hanging around the same average people. So it took a different level of desire and a different level of passion to really go out and take the action needed that was going to go ahead and sustain success. Because you can get motivated, you can get hype off one of these calls on the Zoom and go out and be exhilarated for 2 days. But what happens when you're back home by yourself? What is the talk? What is the rewiring? What are you saying to yourself when you're at home all by yourself? Do you believe that you can actually make this happen? Or are you still giving yourself thoughts of self-doubt? And the second that you start to believe that you can go out and achieve this success, you're already halfway there. This is why they say success is it's 90% spiritual. It's only 10% physical. What is the spiritual side? It's all things that we can't touch. The inner talk, right? Things that happen inside of here. So with that being said, family, I love you guys. Go out and have an abundant day. This is going to be a month of massive growth. I can tell you the summer is going to be nothing but blessings, nothing but abundance, nothing but breakthroughs and break free. So get ready. We've got so much lined up. I'm telling you, we are partnered with the best of the best in the industry on both sides, right? We're talking about inside of the markets. We're talking about impacting lives. So to say I'm excited is an understatement. I love you, family. Get ready for the updates. Get ready for the group chat. You guys are all going to be entered inside of a new group chat with a lot of fire, a lot of new updates coming soon. So I'm excited. I love you guys. Go ahead and drop some 7s down below. Smash the like button if you got any value. And today is a day that you've never seen before and a day that you will never see again. So go out and make it happen, family. I love you. Let's get it. It's game time.